Hello, engineers, and welcome back. Today I'm planning on building forward on this vessel and getting the manufacturing and cargo area set up for it. I did forget some important things here. For instance, all of these are going to be columns that go all the way through the ship. Actually, it's not so much forgetting as I redesigned the ship, because I had a couple of interesting ideas, decided to go back to the paper and redraw it. And now I know that these are going to be columns on the sides here going all the way through the ship. I'm also not going to do the upper deck bridge like I was thinking. Instead, it's going to be further forward. But let's see here. Let's first get in the floors. We can mess with things from there. Set the smooth, that is. All right. The interior space is going to be about that size and width. That does put the walls are going to be out one here. That's fine. Right here on both sides, we're going to have another column going all the way up and down through the ship on both sides. My design was slightly off on paper. And I'll be putting that in the community note today, so you'll be able to see my wrong design. That needs to be in here, because that's for refineries. Number 9. Still doing blocks in purple. That might be a placeholder color. It might be the actual color. Don't know. Part of the reason for the column is when I put these in, they're going to be flipped on different sides, up or down, for their ports. I'm just trying to turn that to show the port. Okay, so that was going to be on the upper side there. This is going to leave me room for modules and along the front here, and still have a pathway. All right, and I did this just large enough for the next portion, which is going to be a bunch of cargo containers on either side. Again, this leaves me just the one wide walkway, but that is fine. Let's see. I need another 3x3 tacked onto the edge here, so back to the white. And that's the rest of the interior space for the manufacturing. And in here, going to put assemblers. Doesn't really matter how I place them, but I do need to have those in place. And then I'm not going to place them at this time, because I'll still need to be able, well, I'm going to be printing this ship. If we can get a printer put together large enough to run through it, we might have to make some form of mobile printer, welding ship. Don't know. I will see when I get there. I know I don't want to build it all by hand, so that being the case, I should probably go ahead and put in the modules. I know I'm not going to need any more assemblers, so let's grab modules real fast. So these are going to have speed modules all the way around. This is all supposed to be purple. Easily fixed. As is that floor once I get finished with the rest of the purple things. Alright, so all those modules, and then back here I have batteries on number 7. This is why I was thinking I shouldn't put in the modules. Again, I am printing the vessel, so I won't have to get in here. I just have to be able to cross it all at the same time and get it built layer at a time. So there we go. That's all of that portion. Go back over here. These, I want 3 yield modules and 1 speed. So I'll mirror that over here. That is going to make them power hungry, but when we get to the aft section of the ship and you see what I'm doing for power options, you'll see that it should be fine, I hope. So yeah, now we pretty much just need the roof put in, but first make sure I get these conveyors in, which should be white. I also need to fix the floor and get the conveyors in on the underside. So these I already got in. Fix that. There we go. And overall, you can see some of the shape coming together for what's going to be the lower crawl works. It's going to be very much the same on the upper crawl works, which I'm calling them crawl works because they're only going to be 1 space in size. Actually, I think the front one here might be 2 in size from here forward, but because it's going to be based on the rear of the ship for its highest point. Let's see, what else should I put in here? I could put a couple of air vents and a couple extra cargo containers, but I think I'll leave that for now and get to putting the walls on here. I shouldn't actually need any side access for the way I'm doing things. This ship is going to have front nacelles. Alright, and then actually the stripe doesn't really matter here, so I'll just go ahead and use these to roof up everything but the middle, which is still the primary spine there. We'll run connections to that throughout here. So let's see. And then I'll need to put lights on it. I went the wrong way, but I already made it. There is a T, but there isn't the cross section, so I'll have to use a regular junction there. Let me look at this from the top. Regular conveyor there and a regular conveyor there. So the rest of these can be just straight armored tubes with the crosshatch facing down. Alright, and this actually is where the door will be. Over in this, well, wait. No, I was right. It's going to be one forward. This is the wall. All right. So back to... Yay, messed it all up. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so lights in here. I'm not going to be able to use the inset lights. Oh, that's not the lights. Where did they go? The regular interior lights will work, however. And this space is 11 long, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 11 long. So let's go one there, one there, and one there. And go ahead and grab those lights. SF01. Manufacturing lights. Go ahead and set those. If you control click, you can pull up the numerical values there, very useful. And intensity, I think I used 3.2 before. It looks nice. It's actually brighter than I thought it would be. Probably because there's nowhere else for the light to go except up and down, except over here. So yeah, there we go. There's that. So now that we've got this wall in, we can see some of what's going on over here, but I need to fix this. I started on fixing this and then I stopped. Where are vent? There it is. So that gives me an air vent in here, while still keeping that column going all the way. I guess I do need air vents in here, so let's go ahead and go back to 8 air vent fan and make that purple, and just go ahead and put 2 in here. Just keep it symmetrical. And let's see. I'll go ahead and lay the foundation for the bridge, which now has been moved over to the front. Because I'm moving along really quick here. Probably because I have the plans to follow on paper. Not a bad idea. Again, this is interior space. Let's see. Should be 8. It is very square. But I guess I'll go ahead and spoil a little bit now. This is, it should be okay being square. Because I'm planning on making something rather train-like. Something that I can upgrade modularly. So let's see. These walls should be 5 long. So 2 more. And then it's turning, and then I've got these walls. Out here, however, the front end beyond that is going to be light armor. And that's going to be access into the nacelles, driving the ship. I don't have a whole lot down plans for the bridge here, because I'm not a terribly good builder. But let's see, these should be going in 3. I'm sure just about anyone could build something better looking than I am. Where were my windows? There we go. So that looks like number 8. Oh no, that's a 2x3. I want a 3x3. Inverted. There we go. And then, because it's going to look weird pretty much no matter what I do, I just want the 1x1s. Regular windows. I have those on my list somewhere, don't I? 1x2. There we go. 1x1. Flat. Inverted. But obviously, since I'm putting a window there, that's going to be more the outside of the ship, is why the switch to armor all of a sudden. And let's see, where are my control seats? Because I do know where those are going. There they are, 7. Okay, so the flight seat, which will be labeled as main cockpit. And then 1 back overall from that. I want one of these. Then one of those, just to kind of mix up a little bit for different positions of what's going on. Because overall, depending on how big this thing gets, I might want help flying it, kind of thing. Alright, so I think the 2x3 is actually the window I wanted. Because there's no reason for this to be too tall. So let's go back to 6. Not 7. Why am I losing it? Okay, there we go. So let's put that in. And just get rid of these and do light armor across. And let's just do a layer of light armor on the roof, going 2 across here. Which obviously well, we don't really need this to come too far into here. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull this out 1 more layer all the way across. And then right here in the center, I will need a conveyor for splitting it off towards port and starboard nacelles. I'm still going up too high on all of this. So fortunately, this is why I'm building it in creative, so that when I mess up, I can just do that. So here I want it to go up to there. All right. Conveyor there. I do want a full air vent facing downward from there. That's to pressurize my bridge here. And then Go ahead and connect that with the same visible spine we've had everywhere else. And now that we can see it, we will go back to Sci-Fi interior walls. Run the dual lines every other set of blocks. And then the smooth on the rest, which, thanks to creative, we can just sweep through and do that. All right. Lighting. And here we can use, again, the inset lights. There it is. So let's see. Let's use the smooths for these. Let's see how that works. It's the same 4 lights that would have gone into the med bay had the med bay not been covered, as it were. So let's go back to lights. I forgot to turn off manufacturing lights in the terminal. Let's go ahead and look at the med bay. It was 3.2. I was correct. Okay, so let's grab these 4 lights. SF01. Bridge lights. Set those at a 9 and 3.2. Go ahead and turn them off in the terminal. It's a little dark in a couple places. I could add more lights, or I could just grab my bridge lights and bump the radius up to 10.5. That gets rid of my dark spots for the most part. And there we go. And then the next part for me to build that I actually have on my plans is going to be the power section. That's going to be a pretty long video in and of itself, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. If you enjoyed watching me fly around and build this thing that I have on paper, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see me continuing to putz around on various games, including this one, and hopefully getting this thing finished and hooked up to a random car to test those mechanics, definitely hit the subscribe button. Until next time, have a good one.